Oh, hey guys. Been a while since you've seen this angle. And, well, been a while since you've seen him back there. Right there. You can say hi? No? You're just gonna wink? Uh, Getting a little bit of a rest here. A little bit of reset. Uh, Today's currently Sunday, May 2nd? 1st. No, the 3rd. You know, if I'm being a trucker, I should know dates, but I'm also not used to just sitting here. Also getting a try. Oh shit. These out. The Zen clips. I bought them back in the winter time, but it was just too cold for them to stick, and it didn't matter how much I cleaned them and cleaned the windshield or the windows, they would stick for about an hour or two and then just fall off. They've been on there since yesterday, and I can tell you, the windshield one hasn't been up yet. It's bought, it's rolled up still, but I can tell you, they make a fucking difference. It was 90 degrees yesterday, and it felt about 5 to 7 degrees cooler in here. I mean, to be fair, I only have one thermostat, and it's in the back, but it's kind of like a cooler, because I have 5 vents, right? I got 2 up top, 3 on the bottom, and the 3 on the bottom hit the top of I guess technically the top, but the bottom of the top bunk, and bounce back down, so it kind of circulates, and I get a very concentrated airflow of AC, and so it can be hot. Like, get off the bed, right? We're gonna be 70 degrees, 75 degrees. Feel comfy on the bed. Get off the bed, man. It is a huge difference in temperature. Also, yeah, we're going for the growth again. We're attempting it. So, if guys who knows I'm a little scruffy looking, never struggle with this. Struggling with this, and we're trying again. I think it's like a month and a half now. It just won't fill in. That's the problem. That's why I just generally shave it. But the windshield one, I plan on getting some permanent mounting for my phone that's off the windshield, the GPS off the windshield. Because the other shit, there's enough slack. I got like a dash cam, and there's enough room. Like, there's enough slack in that will fit over that, right? They give I think it said they give 2 inches of kind of like flex to go over shit. And these are built for truck specific, right? And then the V Corp seat cover I was talking about. Looks like a brand new seat, but yeah. But sorry the microphone picked that up. That didn't taste very good. Tastes like V8 what is this? Peach mango, I think is what it is. I had a reload confirmed Wednesday, and they kind of pulled the rug out from under me a little bit. Not the end of the world. It's annoyed. And in hindsight, I don't know why the fuck I got annoyed. I think it's more no heads up, right? But I was in NorCal, finished NorCal around 10, bit late up there. I think if I was finished 8, I don't think they would have cared. I would have got down to SoCal around the time they would have been ready to load all the trucks anyways. Granted, I'd deal with the traffic, but whatever. Called them to see if just double check to make sure there's no pickups on the way down or if I was just going to head straight down there, right? They had me sit around for 10-15 minutes, called back in, and that's when they said they pulled the load and gave it to somebody else, but they did have a reload for me. They would have picked up Monday, 2 picks. It's like a normal load, actually. So I lose $1,000, but it's like a normal pick or a normal run. It's 2 picks, 1 drop. Finals in Boston on Friday. Oh, Gloucester, but and I sound like an idiot fucking saying that. That is Gloucester. It's like Worcester, you know. Who the fuck says Worcester? It's like those who know, you know. But it's not a fucking rooster. Why is it Worcester? Hey, gotta love it. This is just race letters. We don't need them. Then why put them there in the first place? Why put them in there in the first place? I haven't been home in a couple weeks either, and I'm really looking forward to that. I got some things I need to get out of the truck. Like I bought way too much fucking coolant when I put the air dog on myself. Hose clamp slipped off. Lost some coolant. Ended up buying 12 gallons. I think I gave 3 away. I still got like fucking 9. Cause I already had 2 gallons in the truck. I always have a couple gallons of coolant in the truck. So I don't need. I know it's starting to bother me now. I don't need. Probably trying to decide if it's trying to sneeze or not. But I don't need, let's try this again, like 8 gallons of coolant in the truck. But it's been productive weekend. Got the truck in the shop, flipped the steers. They're a little worn out, but, a little worn. They're wearing badly, but there's nothing I can do about that anyways till pretty much start next year, because could I go spend in July 36 grand all at once? Sure, but I'd rather not. I'm already spending like 25, so we'll just wait, because let's see, like July, it'd be mid-July, right? So August, September, October, and November. I'm kind of going home middle of December, right? Taking time off for holidays. So it's like what, 4.5 months, 5 months at the most. Let those fucking steer tires get worn out all the way. That way I get most of my bang for my buck, I guess. And then I'll just rip out all the suspension and just replace it. They'll give me new leaf springs, new U-bolts, new cab mounts, new engine mounts, new trans mounts, fucking everything getting ripped out and replaced. I'll put the fucking tie rod bar in finally. It'd be a year and a half later at that point, but I bought it because I was told I needed it, and then not quite. Close, but not quite. Was planning on putting the trailer shit in this week down the dock, but when I mean trailer shit, it's the motor monitoring stuff, puts GPS on the trailer, but also tells you, I don't think it tells you fuel level, but tells you what the temperature the trailer's running at. Well, that could just wait till next week. And then Buddy's going home this week as he goes west, so by the time next 2 weeks we'll be heading east again together. And if all goes well, I'll end up putting his on the trailer when we go to the cross dock, which would be good because he's going to end up helping me anyways. I need to reroute some of those lines for the air dog. I need to reroute them. And I had kind of broke a connector too, so cheap fucking plastic. Like, plastic fucking fittings on important things should not be a thing. If you're going to do quick disconnects, do the fucking button shit, the push buttons. Not the little fucking, all it is, a little fucking male, female, plug. So, yeah, there you go, right? And it's got a little clips, plastic clips, and they're very fragile that grab onto a lip. Problem is, when those get aged, they get fucking brittle as fuck. And then the whole fuel line, it's also plastic. Well, I don't know if I have braided fuel lines for the high pressure shit, right? But I know the fuel line's going to the water fuel separator with plastic, and the one's going back to the tank are plastic. So, I don't know. Besides that, but there's a fuel line underneath my seat goes somewhere that good thing there's a hydraulic shop literally right down the fucking road. I'm gonna call them Monday and see if they have those fittings, because I may just have them make me a fucking line, and that'd be cheaper, right? It'd be cheap as fuck for them to do it. Because honestly, I haven't guessed, but it'd probably be cheaper for them to make it from scratch, because it's just, I have the nylon. If it's half inch, which I think it is. I have 100 fucking feet, well, 100 feet, 50 feet of that up in my top bunk. I don't have the fittings, and I'm pretty sure I know how, if I try to put in a plastic fitting, hopefully, but plastic fitting into a plastic hose, I'm almost certain I know how what that's gonna go for me, how that's gonna go. And I don't. Let's let a shop that specializes in fucking nothing but hoses do that shit, right? I never thought about hydraulic shops. Never thought about them. Because they should be cheaper than Volvo. Should be. But, it's productive. Found out the truck needs $5,000 of work done in the next month or two. But, that sounds bad, right? It's just brakes. Need drums all the way around. Need fucking shoes again. You know what's crazy? I put brand new shoes on last February, okay? 197,000 miles on them. I need a life. I need a fucking life. Yeah, it's retarded how it's retarded what pricing this happened, right? Not to mention any wheel seals now, so that's $1,000. When the fuck has wheel seals become $1,000? That used to be like $600. It used to be about the price of shoes, pretty much. That's why you always did them together. Because about $1,200, you're out the door. Drums are for the drives $1,000. So it's like, what, $400 for the steers? Dumb. I think next year I'm gonna convert this truck into disc brakes. That will save me so much fucking headache. So much headache. But yeah, so that's what this is, right? The 3 different quotes. But it's pretty much $5,000 for all of it. $4,000 for drums and shoes, then $1,000 for seals. But it'd be a little cheaper if you did it with the fucking drums, with the brakes, because the brakes are in the way, so they got to come off anyways. So it'd be about $200-$300 cheaper if you did it with the brakes. Yeah, it's just dumb. It's dumb. I've also found out I need an ABS harness, which I had a feeling. I did put those 2 ABS sensors in, which, am I the only one who always knew those ABS sensors that sit on the wheels as wheel speed sensors? Yeah, let me grab it. Let me grab my parts, okay? This is why it's confusing with parts sometimes. Alright. So these things, right? Wheel speed sensors, right? Well, technically that's the wheel speed sensor. That's the plug. Okay, now, they're called ABS sensors, right? Then why the fuck does it say wheel speed sensor? It's backwards. That literally says wheel speed sensor. So you call in. So I called in. I asked for Volvo for wheel speed sensors, right? $100, $100 pop. It's like $97. Kind of what I expected, right? Call in, and I'm like, I need wheel speed sensors. And the guy goes, do you need trans or engine? And I was like, no, for the axles. And he's like, oh, ABS sensors. They're called wheel speed sensors, yet according to them, they're ABS sensors. That's not what that says. But I'm still getting the codes. When I mean codes, it means the lights on my dash. Although the truck flipped the fuck out after they installed them. He plugged in the J Pro, which is a laptop pretty much, to clear the codes, and it fucking lost communication with my truck. My truck threw like 20 codes. It was a hiccup. I don't know. That I'm not a fan of that mechanic anyways. Or tech mechanic, whatever. Supposedly a good one, okay? So I bought AGM batteries, $1,000 from Freightliner back in October. I just looked this up. Let's just say November, okay? Um, they're installed. They're working, okay? However, though, I was smart. Volvo, this is my plan, but this Volvo did not have a battery, like, shrouded box. It's kind of open to the elements. So there is some protection, but pretty much not. Because anybody knows airflow, when it kind of, like, things get kicked up in airflow, any gap is a gap. Any gap, it just means you're asking for trouble, right? So I have a wheel liner between the wheel and the battery box. Besides that, my batteries sit on a fucking shelf underneath my seat, bolted in place. That's it. There is no, like, the Freightliner where there's a fucking plastic cover, okay? Like an actual box with a lid and everything. So my batteries get very exposed to the elements. So what I did is I bought anti-corrosion rings. Those are like oil-based, grease, whatever. But the oil-based, remember those little foam disc guns? All right, the little foam disc guns. That's what they look like. But they're filled with oil. Put them on the studs. They coat the stud. And problem with that is they are oil, so it means they're a wet spot. They're going to grab things, okay? Especially if there's airflow. This mechanic had me fire up my truck like 9 different times, okay? And the APU hadn't ran. I was in the shop for like 5 hours, okay? So the APU hadn't ran, so the batteries got a little, beat up, a little low, okay? Nothing crazy, but 12.3, 12.4. When you keep asking me to start it, it's gonna take, the batteries will take a beating. So I told him, hey man, you're being pretty rough on the batteries right now. He's like, well, how new are your batteries? I was like, only a few months old, like 5 months. He opened the step. He saw that there was the stuff on around the studs, like, oh, your batteries are leaking. They're all leaking. I'm like, no, they're AGMs. Remember, AGMs cannot leak. Not while off, okay? And even then, like, even while they're on, it's almost impossible for them to leak. They can leak, but they have to take a lot of abuse. I told him those are anti-corrosion rings, and he acted like I told him something very foreign. He had no idea. Like, fun fact, you can get anti-corrosion rings, like a paste. It looks like dielectric, well, grease, but it looks like dielectric grease. You get a fucking spray. Like, there's many different forms of, like, that shit you put on. So, I don't know. Like, this guy also kept calling a soot sensor. So, a particulate matter sensor. Okay? Big difference. Soot / particulate matter. Same fucking thing. Okay? You tell anybody you need a soot sensor, they're going to know what you're talking about. It is not a NOx sensor. The soot sensor monitors the outtake of the soot. Leaving, okay? Leaving the fucking DPF. NOx sensors are fucking gas-based. They monitor the gas. He kept calling the soot sensor a NOx sensor. Supposedly, we're at the Freightliner. Supposedly. I got tired of arguing with him. I tried telling him like 4 different times. Like, no, it's not a NOx sensor. I've already had those 2 replaced. Back in Christmas, those have not thrown any code. My soot sensor, the heater's thrown a code. Intermittently. What it is, it can't heat itself anymore. And for those who don't know, soot sensors, the little box, it will do a mini regen on itself in a sense. It heats itself up to clean the soot off, instead of rely on the truck to heat it up for it. So it's self-contained. That's also, thankfully, one of the very few sensors on the truck emission-related that will not derate this truck. At least on Volvo. Volvo will not derate. Don't quote me anybody else. So that's good. Problem is, though, is with a family soot sensor, I don't actually know how much soot's in the truck. But I also generally have done park regens anyways. Forced ones. Just to kind of make sure my system's still working. And, healthy, no pop-ups. So I'd rather be doing a parked regen when I'm parked. And when I cross, I do it either normally in Washington or on Mass. That way, because I need to do something, it's not hitting me on the fucking road. I also don't know if my wheel seals are really leaking though, because it is possible for the slack adjusters to get over greased, and then they get throw grease wherever the fuck they want. So there's that. There is that, but I think I'm gonna get a second opinion anyways because this shop gave me no confidence, and my brakes are getting pretty low. All right, the drums are definitely kind of need to be replaced. They're there too. I don't know about the wheel seals, but whatever. Which I might check. I'll probably have a look at the bearings too. It's always something with these trucks. Always something. Cat doesn't mind though. He's kind of comfy. Huh? I can make his head pop up. What? Yeah? Oh, did I disturb your sleep? Okay. He thinks there's certain T word up in there. I can really get his attention. Watch this. Can you say please? Yeah. Come on. Come on. Hey. He's a big boy. Huh. What do you say? Yeah. I mean, look how big he is. Look at this fat fuck. He's a big boy. It's also the reason why I can't lay on my seat anymore. Well, lay on my lap as I'm driving, because he's just too big. He doesn't think so, but he's too big. Man, fuck, look at this. What a big boy. 16 pounds. But it seems that it's definitely confirmed that I will be spending about 25 grand on this truck in July. I have a feeling I need injectors. Which means, Cat, you're gonna turn on my razor over there. It's gonna scare the shit out of you. Come here. Come here. Come on. He's being a little pain right now. I made a mistake of grabbing that can. But gonna jump the trans. Gonna pop it open. I'm gonna take a look. Because I can get pretty much a complete reman trans with 2-year unlimited mile warranty and nationwide warranty too, not from dealership. So in their highly recommended shop that has a new clutch, new flywheel, new ribbon harness, right? And I think TCM also for 10.8. So just to put a brand new clutch on this one and flywheel, 65. I might talk to them and see shipping actually. I might just do that to put the reman trans in here anyways. I might just do that. Yeah, I don't know. I'll think about that, right? But that'd be an extra pretty much five grand. So, but put that aside. So, clutch, flywheel, rear main seal, timing cover gaskets, new fifth wheel. Mine's pretty sloppy now. It's cheaper. Well, it's barely more expensive, pretty much, to just put a brand new one on there. I think it's a $2 grand, $2,500 for a brand new fifth wheel. I don't know. I mean, the rebuild kit by itself is $1,500, so So even do 4 hours labor, okay? That's a 160. There's $2,000 right there, right? So might as well fucking just do a brand new fifth wheel. Huh, cat? What do you say? Psst. Yeah, but now I'm the new cylinder sleeves, cups, and injectors. Yeah, I'm not thrilled, but it's the cost of having a truck. But hey, there'll be no truck payment, so there'll be that. And if I put a Reman trans in here, right, give you 2-year unlimited mile warranty. The only thing would be a question mark at that point was the engine. When's the engine go? And when that goes, I'm just gonna do the big package, whatever the fuck it is, from Volvo with 3-year unlimited mile warranty, with every major component replaced, turbo. So I mean, I knew that was happening. I told you were gonna do that. Come here, you fat fuck. Come here. Let go. You're being a pain in my ass. You turn the razor on. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this big boy. Are you done? Psst. Are you done? You done being a little shit? What? I'll be getting up at tomorrow 4 a.m. and we'll be going to play in LA. It's been a long time since I've been in LA on a weekday midday. Not looking forward to it, but whatever, you know. It is what it is at this point. But hey, you guys stay safe out there. Catch you next time. Bye.